Hello, hello. Welcome back. Hi there. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. So I'm back. I'm coming to you from an undisclosed location, southern Utah, in a beautiful little office where I have an opportunity to come play. So I got a couple videos out this morning. Three means I have eight more to go. However, we'll have plenty of time and space to get those complete this week with no pressure. I don't have to hurry. I can take my time and play with you guys. So, who's out there? What's going on with you? Has Mercury kicked you in the balls yet? I can tell you this, that Mercury hadn't even gone direct yet. The rug was ripped out from under me. And I feel like one of those memes where it shows winter coming and they slide on the ice and it's not just the fall, but that great big fucking bang where they go wham and you can see them hit the sidewalk and sit there all stunned and shit in the cold and they're trying to be like, shake it off. That's been me shaking it off, guys. So Mercury came on fast and hard on October 11th and stirred the pot. And every reading that I did today, thank you for the likes. Every reading that I did today was Taurus, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini that I popped out first thing this morning. And every single one of those decks had the Tower card in it. And the way the Tower card plays with our life is it shakes the foundation, and it's really all about showing you what's at the bottom of it, right? So anyways, yeah, I've been shaken like the peaches in my tree, so to speak. Um, Any rate, yes, that's how Mercury retrograde has been playing with me. How about you? So, hi, Christelle. Thank you for sliding on over here from Babalawo. Hello, AP. Thank you for joining me. Much more organized. So, for those of you that are following me, I kind of went underground for like a month and I got kind of quiet and I came back roaring, ready to go, like a phoenix. There's a lot of things going on for me here that are incredible. I had some major delays that went on with my trip to Miami. And it's still on the board and it still looks like it might happen. But I got so incredibly frustrated with not having, I'm a Capricorn. I like things to be organized and I like structure. Hi, Piper. How's it going? So I like structure. And so to not have structure is extremely frustrating for me. So when I sold all my stuff and I packed everything up, I sat and waited for something to happen. And it was delay after delay after delay. And I just kept sitting in it. So July, August, September, and it was finally October. And I was like, fuck this. Like nothing is shifting. And I got a wild hair and made some changes and took my shit on. And here I am in southern Utah with my support network. I have my best friends of 20 years. My closest friend I used to be in a band with him and we've done business together. We raised kids together. We were lovers back in the day. Hi, Vicky. And we're just like more than a brother, less than a lover kind of thing. And I came to this town and I've had that support and some business connections and a couple families that I love and adore. My ex-husband, this is his office space, he's helping me out. And I just feel like I stepped back home. I came to family and got myself a little redesigned, a little reorganized. I got good and sick for a week where I couldn't be up for more than 3 hours without needing a 3 or 4 hour nap. And so my body just totally went into regeneration to where I could acquire some peace and rest. And that's what I've been doing, reorganizing, getting some peace and rest. And, I was chatting with one of my clients this morning about it. And, people are curious what I'm doing because I was so public about what my changes were going to be and what I was taking on. And everybody's curious as to why it's not happening. Well, it's just not happening because it's not happening. Nothing on my end, no choice on their end. It was just things were just becoming stagnant. So what do we do? Like, what do we do when things go stagnant like that? Like, in our marriage. What do we do when our job becomes stagnant? What do we do when we don't feel like we've overcome our depression, our weight loss, our relationship, our financial? Like, what do we do? We just keep sitting in it and going to YouTube and Netflix at night and eating ice cream and ordering pizza and forgetting, doing the dumbing down, the numbing, and the, what do I call that? That is your evasive behaviors that keep us from focusing on what we need to be doing. And it's kind of hard to run on that treadmill of like self-discovery and pushing yourself every single day and taking it on, but it's worth it. And I know, I'm not exempt. Just because I'm a life coach doesn't mean that I'm doing everything perfectly, but we do get in those little stagnant places where we're accepting what is And it's not until we're deeply and vividly dissatisfied that we decide that we don't want to play this anymore and we get out of the game. I remember I did a black-red game for PSI seminars, and one of the rules is if everybody doesn't vote, the game ends, or you can stop the game at any time. And I always forgot that lesson. I forgot. I got into the game and I committed to the game, and that's my thing. I'm all about commitment. I do what I say I'm going to do. But I always forget that I can renegotiate. I always say, well, I said I'd get married. Well, I didn't say I wanted to get my ass beat every day. I didn't say I wanted my man to cheat on me. I said I'd get married. I said I would commit. But then there's other, what's the words I'm looking for? There's other conditions that need to be met. And so as we start identifying what those conditions are, and we want them to be a certain way, we start renegotiating and having the courage to speak to what we exactly want. Because I know I've renegotiated my relationships within an inch of their life. I've started to say, this isn't okay. This is what I want more of. And it has been liberating and terrifying, because what happens is if you start to speak to your relationships and they start to fade away, you're left alone, and you're left with your own 2 feet to stand on, and you got nobody to blame. And that accountability can hurt when you start to realize you're ostracizing people in your life based on your behavior, or your indecision, or you're not behaving in integrity. And you start to really shake up your relationships, and you really start to shake up your foundations, right? So inspired alignment, saying this energy is so crazy right now. I'm going to say to you, like, Mercury literally kicked me in the balls. Donkey kicked me in the gut. It was absolutely ripping the rug out from under me. So I'm not too sure what moves I should be making. X is back around, shake my head, feels like he's never going to go away. I think I need to renegotiate. So renegotiating isn't easy. Renegotiating is very vulnerable. You have to step out and say, what the fuck? Like, half the time you got to go like, what is this, right? And I was talking to a client this morning, and I said something to her, and she didn't like it. She didn't like it at all. And she said, lighten up. And I was like, but there's no room for that. There's no room to lighten up. And you don't hire a coach like me and expect me to fucking baby you. I'm not going to do it. Okay. And I don't mean that I can't be soft, that I can't be kind, that I can't be gentle and loving. But at times, that's not what we need. When you give birth, it's not loving. It's not kind. It's not gentle. You don't break through an eggshell and come out the other side a little wild dragon like me without busting some shit up. You don't go through birth without bleeding, ripping some things, causing some pain, screaming out loud. Do you expect any changes to happen that are of any significance to be any easier? Everything in our life, there's examples. This isn't meant to be easy. And oftentimes, we forget that a seed doesn't sprout out in the sunshine with everybody to see. It's down deep, dark, the cold night, dark night of the soul kind of shit. It's you going deep and figuring it out and breaking through the topsoil and coming out, and it's vulnerable. You can die easy when you're new, and you can be, that exposure can be rough if there's not enough sunlight, there's not enough water, if it's too hot. You got to find the right place to plant yourself, guys. And that's what I did. I took myself out of Vegas, and I found some richer soil, and I found where the love is, and I found where the support is, and I found a gentler place for me. So I don't know what's going to happen next. Right now, every single day, I'm taking it on and just putting myself out there. And I wake up every morning to this beautiful woman saying, good morning, beautiful, handing me coffee and kissing my forehead. And I'm around my sister, my best friend, and it's beautiful. But it's a little terrifying. And I'm willing to take that on. Tiny house, Piper. I've let go of all my attachments. I don't even have a place to live. I mean, I do. And it's not that I don't have resources, but I literally just removed all foundations from in front of me. And I just started to, I was telling Sarah today, I was saying, I literally feel like I'm walking on water, because every moment is faith. I don't know where I'm going to go, and I could sink at any moment, but I refuse to allow myself to. And I'm excited to see, the world is just rising up to meet me right now. So much opportunity and so much potential. And I'm so excited about all of it. I can't wait to unpack I can't wait to show you the astrology that we're playing with. And yeah, she, inspired alignment is saying, I can tell your energy is different for the better. And not only that, the meditation quality, the relationship qualities, After ayahuasca, I had a lot of visions coming my way. Aya is still with me, showing me different things that I need to do moving forward and where I need to focus my attention. And the awarenesses are huge. Okay. The awarenesses are huge, taking on some bigger things. And I had to shake the tree a little bit. So let us see here. So how are you guys doing? So what is this crap here popping up? So Christelle, it's been so long. Yeah, it's been like over a month that I've really had an opportunity to get on here. But anyways, I did buy this for my little van. And it says, live simply and be grateful. Live simply and be blessed. It's kind of cool. You know, all the things that I felt like I needed to be responsible for, I'm not. And it's not. I finally figured out the Buddhist non-attachment. I used to think that non-attachment meant that I didn't care about somebody's outcome or that I didn't care about people. And what I learned was that the more I tried to intervene on other people's behalf, the more problems I was causing. My idea of what other people should be doing is irrelevant, and what their needs are is irrelevant, and their outcome is irrelevant. And when I started to learn that, the practicing non-attachment didn't have anything to do with not caring, but what it had to do with more aspects of not worrying myself and having anxiety based on a specific outcome. And furthermore, as I began myself more, I began to trust that what other people were going through wasn't always harmful or terrible for them to be having happen. And I know that it's ugly sometimes, and it's painful sometimes, and it's disturbing and dark and crazy and madness. But sometimes you find yourself in those moments, and who am I to redirect you away from something that could be of your, your greater good and your growth? You know, a lot of times we want to help people avoid pain, but pain is a great teacher. I had my honey tell me that, and he said sometimes, pain is the best teacher because we'll never forget it. And so what are you going to do with that pain? What are you going to do with that lesson? Are you just going to ignore it and be like, well, that hurt and it's someone else's fault? Or are you going to get really deep, dive in, and take on the accountability for what put you in that situation to begin with, and really start looking at how you designed your experience to get what you needed to get out of it? Because here's what's true, and I don't care what theology that you decided that you want to follow and believe in. What's true is we all signed up for this. I don't care if you're Christian, Buddhist, past lives, astrology. We signed up for this. This is the path, the journey. This is what we chose into. And so when you start to recognize that you're not going to choose something that's going to hurt you, that you're not going to choose something that's going to damage your soul or your psyche, and you're not going to allow people to give you lessons that aren't for your greater good, when you start to recognize that you chose this, then you start taking a little more leadership in the direction that it goes next. And I don't know why I'm saying all this crap, but somebody needed to hear it, and maybe I needed to hear it. Maybe I needed to process some of this stuff. So Posh 2 is saying, Posh 82 is saying, changes all around me, much on other people, relationships ending and people moving, people who don't know how to be single and independent, shock to their system. And that's true. A lot of people don't know, they look for a relationship. And what's true is the greatest, most beautiful relationship that you can acquire is the one with yourself. And when you start realizing that the peace comes from within, when the joy comes from within, the love comes from within, the self-acceptance, I'm not the body weight that I want. I still limp up these goddamn steps like a 90-year-old because I didn't rehabilitate my knee like I was supposed to. So date night this week, let's take the stairs. Second flight up, I get the face over the counter that says, oh, you haven't been rehabbing your knee, have you? No, I haven't been giving it the love and attention. I've been blowing it off and resting. And sometimes rest isn't the shit you need to do. Sometimes you really need to work for what you want. So hello, Tai Chi and yoga. So Christelle's saying, I feel like I've really learned to be happy alone. I've been spending a lot of time recharging, so I've been the hermit mode, but I feel like I'm letting go of a lot of past baggage. So what's interesting about that, Christelle, is I'm starting to Delana says, I've had 20 years of tarot. I'd like a break now. Well, when are you done, Delana? When did you decide you want to be done? Okay, because what's true is I decided I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I'm not having this shit anymore. And it's really, I don't know the little analogy, but when a carpenter looks at everything with a hammer, everything becomes a nail. We don't need to hit it. Okay. So what's true is, I looked around, and I'm not saying I'm jealous. I'm not saying I'm envious, but I did take a moment and look around at these beautiful, happy relationships that I'm around and exposed to. And I say to myself, how did they get that? What did they do to acquire it? And I'm not saying that they're any better than me, but I'm saying like some of these people that I know are in happy, beautiful relationships came into those relationships while they were a hot ass mess. So I'm sitting there going, well, I'm not a hot ass mess, or am I? Do I need to be a hot ass mess to acquire my relationship? Or maybe that's just what they needed to get out of where they were. And so I'm not feeling as if I have to compare myself to people that are in relationships, because I know I'm better for one now than I was even 6 months ago or 2 months ago or last month. And so, I'm really finding who I am and what I want, and I'm better for it. And I love who I am. Like I said, I'm not in the body that I want right now. I am totally in this body that I'm enjoying more than ever, and I'm loving it more than ever, and I could do more with it. But I am like totally joyfully, playfully myself, like my little belly I used to cry about. And now I'm just like, yeah, well, my belly's going to show. It's okay. And going to the Walmart this weekend, sick as shit with my hair standing up, mismatched clothes. Now, they weren't terribly mismatched, but I know they didn't go together because the new jacket that I bought, because I got rid of all my shit to go to Miami, I had to buy a coat again. So here I have this fluffy coat with these leggings and sneakers and my hair standing on end. I gave zero shits about going into this Walmart. And my girlfriend, she's my best friend, she said to me, you went to Walmart like that? I'm like, yeah, I went to Walmart like this. They'll survive it. And if they didn't, I really don't care. Let's shake them up a little bit. Why do you gotta look so perfect all the time? But I'll tell you what, I'm really learning to just enjoy myself and be fully like myself at all times. And it's been a good time. So Vicky's saying I can feel more change as time goes by. So Inspired saying, I feel I went through detachment and then dealt with a trauma in March and can't seem to reach that total detachment again. It is hard. I did have some reunion with detachment where it's like, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to come in here and fix things? Because you do have the answers. But do I have the answers for them? And are those the right tools, right? I actually decided and was so used to the idea of being with my own and peaceful and take self. Then when I felt that away, I began seeing comfortable with the idea, and boom. It's me says, hey. So sometimes the happy relationship is not really happy. I've seen that a lot. No one knows what happens behind closed doors. See plenty of that around. What's true, Posh, is a lot of these relationships. Well, I had an individual that I used to collaborate with, and they look amazing on camera. And I always thought to myself, wow, like look at their social media, look what they're bringing to the table. And then when I really got to know that individual, I started to find that all they're bringing is looks. All they're bringing is this beautiful Instagram presence, and they live in a weekly, and they're kind of, small time and not really being of any substance. I'd rather be of substance and look a hot mess and have the people that really need to be here to hear my messages be here with me. And so I find that I speak a little differently on this channel than I do on Babalawo, because that's like a business channel, and that's all about image and structure for that. And my best friend Sean was saying to me, well, I can get you some subscribers and I can get your numbers up. I don't want my numbers up. I want a tribe that's going to build day. I don't think any of you are leaving me. I don't think any of you guys are going anywhere. And I don't want people that are going to fluctuate and worry if I have to censor myself on here. I'm not doing that. So Bebo's saying it's weird and I keep trying to push them away because I'm really wanting to be alone. And sometimes when you're finding yourself, that's when you find the most attention too. So J9 saying I'm the opposite. I've been alone the majority of my life, and I finally feel like it's time for me to change, that I'm always on a timeline that seems different than what the collective is doing. So here's what's true, J9. I've noticed too that the collective is shifting. I remember the timeline that I was in before, where it was all about Armageddon. It was all about like, Terminator, things are coming to an end, worry about your AIs. And now I'm seeing AIs are our friend. And I'm seeing utopian timelines in front of me, like Atlantis. I'm seeing, for the first time in my life, all of the, light workers that I'd worked in were all these little tiny spheres. We were in our own little worlds and our own little bubbles. And I'm suddenly seeing us stand up like this web and this network and this little grid where we're all linking together, but we're not doing the exact same things, but we're on the exact same energy. We're all about healing. We're all about tribing up. We're about getting shit done. We're about we're refusing to see us destroy this planet. And if you can see, healers are generally typically a little bit more sanguine, a little more easygoing. But right now, we're blowing it off. We're we're not even opening doors. We're blowing them off the fucking hinges, guys. The light workers are sick of us raising our sons for them to put them in their wars to die. We're literally saying, not my child, not my world, not my generation. And we're really starting to heal this place, okay? And so that's why we're here. We're starting to see each other a little differently and a little more pure. So Christelle's saying, I I feel like I needed this time to heal and let go of the baggage and insecurity I was carrying from my time with my Sag, trying to fix everything. And now I won't jeopardize this new love. And what's crazy, Christelle, is I literally put him on the shelf in January just to cycle back around and go, yeah, that was a mistake. And I'm not talking about revisiting things, I'm talking about us leveling up in a different way. So Pasha's saying this year, the doors have opened to all these falseness in relationships. I'm glad I'm single for 7 years and glad I can support myself. And you know what's true is it feels really good not to have someone else to be accountable to. And it's not even about true love. And it's, Mon Amour is saying it's hard to find true love these days. And I'll say it 1,000 times if I say it once. People aren't looking to build a relationship anymore. They're looking to fit you in the places in their life that they have space. And so there's parts and pieces that we give. Nobody's giving fully of themselves. And that's why I think the language style in relationships is talking more and more about polyamory. And I'm not talking about love affairs with a bunch of different people. I'm talking about I have deep, loving, intimate relationships, and then I have intimate relationships that are sexual, that aren't like the whole let's build a family crap. And so we're starting to redesign what we expect from people. She's like, we're all conduits and strategically placed. And here we are pulling what we need. Well, guys, I just wanted to pop on here, go live for a little bit and chat with you. If you guys have any questions for me, let me know. Piper just said on it. Okay. So, talk to me, guys. Somebody asked me how Jiffy Lube was doing. It's like a little text here. So who wants a reading? I am going to tell you that the very next phase. So inspired alignment is so true. People are like in between worlds. Let's talk about that for a minute. So here's what's true. I find myself being straddling both cosmos and also the 3D and trying to find that balance between the two. And it's like, I'm finding that it's not necessary for me to, like, I had a really hard time staying too far in one or the other and not finding that balance. And I think that's where me coming into looking for my divine masculine now is all about finding somebody that grounds me. And all of the strong relationships, spiritually strong relationships and women that I'm working with have that strong divine masculine in play for them already. I always call it the kite string. For those of us that are doing our spiritual work, we definitely need our kite string to pull us back to ground and keep us level and from going too far one way or the other. So Christelle, I did the same thing. I wasn't fully sure about this new guy. We drifted apart, but after realizing my Sag's happiness wasn't my problem and he wasn't happy with himself, now I've cycled back. So what's true, Christelle, is how happy are you with you? As deep as you go, as high as you'll soar. And that's been my whole thing lately, is like, I've gone as deep as it can get, to the point of I had a meditation where I was being asked, I don't know if it was Aya, who was asking me, showing me that, how to come detached from this place and go. And I literally thought I was going to die. I literally thought I was getting ready to take that step over the threshold and cross the veil. And then I heard her go, nope, but I am going to show you how to shift timelines. I'm like, oh shit. So, I literally thought and went to that non-attachment place where, are you sure? Here's the man you love. Here's the child that's troubled. Here's the relationship you didn't complete. Here's the work you didn't get done. Are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I signed up for this work. However, if it's time to go, then I've done enough, because I know that my work is going to get done. Now, whether that's planting the seed for someone to take it up, or whether that's me getting to take care of it and play with it, which I know that I'm here to play with it. But I was literally ready to go. I was ready to like walk away because I was ready, and that's what I was being shown. But then Aya said, nope, here we go. We're going to play with timelines. We're going to play with channeling. We're going to show you substances, and we're going to show you the retreat that you're going to be doing. We're going to teach you how to do some certain things that we're going to be bringing in. So a couple things that are coming for you guys. I have my partner, and I are developing some astrology things for us to be able to explore with you guys. So if you want an astrology reading, you can reach out. If you want to do a live channeling reading, I can do that too. So karmaondeck.com if you guys want to get a reading. I have some openings tonight up and coming. I would highly suggest that if you want some of this energy, I am fired TF up all the way. And between me and Vanessa, the coaching is insane. So let's see. Okay, so it looks like you guys are talking about some readings now. Piper wants a reading. She said, inspired, saying, I'm not sure if it's me or him that's screwed right now. So Bebo's saying, I don't think soulmates or twin flames matter if it doesn't make you happy and make your life more colorful. So here's what's true about twin flames and soulmates. Soulmates are those people that come in and shake you up and make you better. Twin flames are the walkers. They go with you, your partners in your mirror, right? But I feel like twin flames and soulmates have all been thrown in the media so much that we don't really understand, nor are we supposed to understand what they are. And I really am sick and tired of labels for shit. I mean, I'm Christian, I'm Mormon, I'm Muslim, I'm Baptist, I'm Buddhist, I'm anti. And it's like, those are just one man's description of what their own experiences is about that. So why do we need to go looking for labels and definitions? If you've met somebody and you feel like they are a soulmate, all I can say, and I will stick by this because I've met my soulmate, there is no way whatsoever you will doubt it. You know it deep down in your soul. You can look in the mirror and look at your own face and know that that individual is your soulmate beyond anything else. Anyways, so Mon Amour is asking me a question. So yeah, non-attachment. I mean, the only person, so here's my favorite thing. We're going to talk about this really quick and then I'll move on to answering some questions for you. Non-attachment, hold on a second. Yeah, I don't, but here's the thing, Posh. I had somebody recommend that I do love readings and shit, and this was for Steve Marcellus. He's like, do the love readings, that's what people look for. I'm like, I don't give a shit what people look for. That's just a marketing gimmick to get people to click on here, okay? And I'm looking, and it's bullshit. Like, I hate when people say, I know there was a psychic in one of my shops that was advertising twin flame manifestation. And I got news for you. There is absolutely no thing that any other individual can do to manifest your soulmate. And here's what's true. And this is what I was going to go to. Check this. So how are you? What kind of hubris do you have? What kind of audacity? What kind of arrogance do you think you have to think that you can figure someone else out? So I don't care if it's your lover. I don't care if it's your best friend or your child or your husband. I know I don't have it all figured out, and I have all the information on me. I don't even have a template for me. So who do you think you are to go analyze someone else? Who do you think you are to go and tell someone you should or shouldn't get that abortion? You should or shouldn't get married. You should or shouldn't have that baby. You should or shouldn't join this religion. Who are you to tell someone else this template is what you should do? I know that I don't have enough information to get me figured out sometimes, so how dare I go forward and tell others how to do it? What I can do, I know that sometimes outward looking in, I can help people navigate, and I have some really amazing tools that work for me, but it's not up to me to figure you out. So how is it up to me to figure out my boyfriend, figure out my child, and we can guide them? So what's true is, I do know that I had a situation where somebody was trying to process me, and she's like, well, where does that dialogue serve you? And where is this? And I looked at her and I said, where is it that you feel a need to figure me out? Because what's true, projection is perception. Perception is projection. She's projecting, trying to figure herself out on me. But what's true is when you settle in yourself and you get comfortable there, comfortable being naked, comfortable being screwing up, comfortable knowing I've screwed up, but every day I realign myself and try to do better. Every day I ask for feedback. Every day I try to make sure that the relationships that I'm involved in really do feel loved, cared for, heard. Okay, because that's what I want. I want to be loved and cared for and heard. So that's what I'm about every day, is trying to be more of those things. Being naked with myself, being open, being true to myself, and saying what I want. So anyways, I'm going to stop ranting and start doing some readings. If you guys want a part of this, karmaondeck.com. Right now, I'm going to pull some of these cards and see who's up. See, and that's what's true. That's that non-attachment, is I can't fix you, bro. It's not even my job. Ever. Will Smith has the best video ever that talks about, it's not, he told Jada, I quit. Today's the day I quit. I quit trying to make you happy. You go be happy and show me it's even possible to do so. And then come back and tell me how it's done, and I will follow that template. But if you don't even know how to do it, how can you expect someone else to make you happy if you don't even know how to make you happy? So if you're miserable, it's on you. Swear to God, it's not on someone else to make you happy. It's not on someone else to change your life. So you got to start. You got to figure it out. You got to say what's not working. Actually, let's not say what's not working. Let's start saying, what do I want more of? I want more passion. I want more health. So if you want more health, you got to eat a happy, eat a healthy diet, or be more active, or be more physical. But you're not going to get it sitting in front of the TV and ordering a goddamn pizza. I swear to you, it's not the way it's going to be done. And if you want, is love coming for me? Are you coming for love? How hard are you coming for that? Like, what are you doing about love? Love doesn't do for you. You do for love. So where are you getting at your relationships? Let me give you an example. So my boyfriend Ish, my love of my life, he said, wow, you've got a pretty amazing life. I said, how so? He goes, you just moved to another city. You have a place to live. You have an office to work out of. Actually, the office that I'm in is my ex-husband's office and his wife's. And they call me when I'm working late at night, and it's 6, 7 o'clock at night. And my ex says, did you eat? Do you need anything? I'm running to the store. And his wife says, how are things? Do you need to go to lunch? What's up? My ex-boyfriend, I dated him once for a year, 20 something years ago. And he says, you can post any question you want. One question, be concise, and I'll pull some cards for you. Work, relationships, spirituality. But, I'm living with my best friend and her family and her children, doing some coaching, learning astrology. Sarah and her husband, we spent 3 days doing San Pedro and meditating and practicing what we want to do for our retreat. My ex-husband and his family are thinking of buying some property, bringing my kids together. Like, how is it that I had so much abundance? By being abundant, by being loving, by being consistent. If, this is the quality and level of my relationship. So what I brought to the table is what's being fed to me now. So if you want some changes, be the change you want to see in the world. And my rant is over. Let's pull some cards for you guys. Thank you for listening. I'm probably not going to go back and look at this video because I don't want to hear my rants. So let's go back up and see who's up. So inspired alignment on the current situation with the ex that keeps showing back up. So inspired alignment. If any of you guys have been paying attention, what is it Karma says about Mercury retrograde and relationships? You have 2 choices during this season, and that is heal it or kill it, right? So you either heal the bastard or you kill it off, which means cut all ties. So, and in one of my coaching references this morning, I was saying, you don't slay your demons, you find what they feed on and kill that. Because what's true is you can't really get rid of them. They're always going to come back up. You just get better and better and better at navigating them, right? And then you can put them on a leash and feed them, and then you can take them out for a walk, and it's not a big deal. I know, but I kind of get I feel like it's not what you're here for. You guys are here for your free readings or whatever. But so I do have a goal. I do need to get I got my 1,000 subscribers. Now I need to get my watch hours up, because once I hit that, there's a certain goal I'm trying to hit with my YouTube. And I took a couple months to I didn't take a couple months off on purpose. However, they were purposely putting me right where I'm at. So we're trying to get my watch hours up. So hi 4Ts. So let's get some subscribers up and share and play with me for some more. You guys are going to see me more every day now that I have an office space. Everything is organized exactly how I like it. So you'll be seeing me daily. I've got a schedule now. So you'll see me tomorrow morning. Anyways, no Happy Meals. You can have Happy Meals, just don't make it your habit, babes. Piper. So this is inspired alignment. Let's look at your relationship. I don't go in order. I go where I'm inspired. Forgive me for saying so. So this is for inspired alignment. All right. And then I'll go to Vicky after that, if I remember. So any advice on the current situation with the ex that keeps showing back up? Heal it or kill it, baby. What do you want to do with the relationship, inspired alignment? Do you want to see if there's any seeds left to grow? Is the plant dead? Do you want to just excavate it out of your life so you don't have to look landscape anymore. Let's take a look and see inspired alignment. So I'm seeing the Fool card, which is opportunity. So maybe you need to look and see what's within this relationship that you still need to revisit, that it keeps coming up. The Fool card is Wizard of Oz. That's alignment. That's you making choices about, like, are we going to go on this journey? Are you going to find Oz? Are you going to like Oz when you find him? This is the Fool card. Decisions need to be made. I see that this card is coming up for you. It's time for you to start making a decision. You have the Queen of Swords. That's my bitch card. So do you need to pull that sword out and start making some decisions and setting your boundaries with this individual? We do have the Empress. Empress is all about ripening. It's all about pulling that fruit when it's the right time. The time is now for you to be setting some boundaries on this individual. And the Page of Wands is decisions. I'm seeing that this individual, it hasn't been all that great for you. The Four of Pentacles is telling me that they have probably cheated you or cheated on you. And you're allowing them back into your space. There's no peeing section in the pool. Like, where did you go wrong? Where did they go wrong? Where, are you sitting with the Nine of Swords all night long thinking these things over? It's not a resounding yes, it's a definite no. And there is no place in this for you to be charitable at this time. Yes, we want charity to receive when we need it. However, there's some points where you're pouring into someone that's never going to be satisfied. And I don't know why I'm saying that. The cards aren't, but take it for what it is. So this is Vicky Deegan. What do you see in the future for me, Vicky? Well, she can't make me happy. I feel that she's set out to bring me to my knees. Sometimes it's hard to recognize abusive situations. Piper, an empath and an abusive narcissist, is always the love of the life kind of crap. But they do the love bombing and then make us feel amazing. And then we don't know how to get off that ride because the adrenaline and the sexuality and the chemistry and the promises are so beautiful that we don't take a step back long enough to take a look. Those narcissistic relationships are absolutely incredible in the beginning. Honeymoon, honeymoon, honeymoon. So Vicky, I'm seeing lessons and I'm seeing boundaries for you too. I'm also seeing short temper for you, Vicky. If you've been feeling a little bit pulled by the moon, the Page of Swords is all about attitude. If you feel like you need to lose your shit on people, please do so. The Five of Swords is all about boundaries. You're not setting enough of them and not often enough. You're in a power struggle, Vicky, on again, off again. So whoever it is that you're playing with this energy, take a step back. And I'm hearing for you else in the room, I'm hearing no. The power of no. Start looking at people when you tell them no. How do they act? Do they throw a fit? Like, hey, can you take me for a ride? No, well, fuck you, fuck you. Like, how are you going to ask me for something and then be rude when I don't give you what you want? Like, my son, I love him to death, but he always had his tendency to ask me for stuff when I'm shutting down at the end of the night. It's not that I don't want to say that I want to say no or that I don't want to say yes to you. It's just that the timing is off and it's not okay for it to be like 11 o'clock at night and errands. Like, I'll fit you in when I can, but when it's convenient for me. But have you ever noticed that when you tell people no, they get pissed? So I'm seeing there's a power struggle with you right now, but it's all based on you not setting your boundaries early enough or often enough. Vicky Deegan. So living in the vortex, tuned in and tapped in. Why is Leo silent? We're asking Mon Amour why Leo is silent. Let's take a look and see. I'm not going to stay too much longer. I'm starting to get busy. Here we go. I'm seeing fatigue. And I'm also seeing that they're taking a step back to watch. If you see here, the Three of Wands, which is someone watching. And then I'm also seeing fatigue. And there's a lot of drama. This individual doesn't like drama. They want to step back and take a look and recenter themselves. That's why they're silent. Give them space. Hold space for that. Christelle, how you doing, babes? Christelle, how did Nathan's friends and brother feel when they met me? What impression did I leave on them? All right, Christelle, let's take a look and see. It went up 2 degrees since I started channeling. Whew. All right, kids, so this is for Christelle. How did Nathan's friends and brother feel when they met me? This is for Christelle. Were you worried? Because I got the fear card, the moon card. You were paranoid for some reason. Thank you for the like, subscribe, share. Let's get this shit done, guys. I do feel like you intuitively already know this answer. You have the High Priestess, but I am seeing that you are very charming. We have the Magician. I don't know if you went out of town to see these individuals or whatever, but I feel like you were a little busy during this. You really didn't get an opportunity to sit down and chat with people. So it's, I'm seeing the Magician. So you came off as very charming. If you had an opportunity to speak or be spoken to, I'm seeing that they thought you were well spoken. And I'm also seeing that there was a very positive energy and aspect to this. And one of them might have thought you were a little bit distracted. There wasn't a whole lot of judgment going on with that, but your youthful exuberance and energy is well received. Hi, Norman Jean. What's kicking? Norman Jean, let's see. Posh, what's coming in career for me? Thanks. Let's take a look and see. Thank you, Piper. All right, so cut him off, she said, right? Yes, they have. Well, good to know. Like I said, I'm not here to shit on you, because what's true is I gotta shit on myself before I go. And you know what they say? How goes the teacher goes the class. So if you really want to take advice from someone, what are they getting more of? Are they getting more of what you want? Are they being what you want? Are they giving advice you would take? Or are they living a life you would want to live? Right? So how goes the teacher goes the class. I literally sold all my shit and moved out of state to get more of what I want. What are you willing to do for what you want? And you got to put that on the line. No risk, no reward. And you know what they say? Fortune favors the bold. How bold are you willing to do? Because I'm going to tell you this right now. There is not a single soul out there that wants what you want for you more than you. And if you don't get out there and go at it and get at it, you're not going to have it ever. No one is going to Christmas fucking wrap your shit and give it to you. I promise you. You're the only one that's going to get it. You're not going to wake up one day and suddenly have won the lottery. And I'm not saying everything has to be work, because here's what's true. I am doing things less Capricorn than I ever have. Okay? I am not working 9 to 5. I'm not doing the investments. I'm not like doing the jobs and the social media programming and the engagement on Twitter and Instagram and shit. I'm literally doing things opposite and leaning back into my power, and more resources are coming for me. And that is anti-Capricorn, and I am a Capricorn. So here's what's true. Here's what's true. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you. So I'm not here to should you. But should you cut him off based on what I saw? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Heal it or kill it, guys. I don't know, man, Bebo. My ex came back and we healed it, and it's beautiful. It's terrifying to go back to an ex, but when it was so good and I recognized it was my own damn fault and I walked away when nothing was wrong to fit things into a box that I decided they should be in, and when I stopped looking at how things should be and taking them for as they are and beautiful, things shifted. So let's see here. So this is for Posh 2. Are you still on here, darling? Posh 2. And you can donate. And you know you guys can get a reading with me, which I would really appreciate. Because it's been a while since You can PayPal me. How about that? This is for Posh 2, though, for what's coming for me in career. So let's take a look and see. So first thing that I'm seeing, love and money is the same. So Posh 2, I'm seeing the Magician card for you, and next to the Queen of Coins and the Eight of Cups. I am seeing that you taking center stage in your life right now is causing you to have a little bit more money, and things are going to pick up quite a bit. You have made a life change. You just haven't waited for that the effects of it. You're expecting immediate results. So I am seeing the Five of Coins, which is the maze, and you navigating that coming up a little bit. And then I'm seeing the Death card, which is a big change. The Magician card, so you got to step onto that stage, okay? There's no more dress rehearsal for you. I see you hesitating a little bit, but here's what's true. When the show goes on, the show goes on. And it's time for you to step into that. So the Magician is right here in center stage. However, you got to stop putting that power struggle outward and put it inward and realize that the divine masculine, divine feminine coming into balance creates one. So the struggle, stop struggling, float. So J9, looking for a new career, please share any insights. When it comes to a new career, go where the love is. What is it you love doing? What is it you're passionate about? So this is for J9. So go back to school, I'm seeing. Are you thinking about going back to school or moving? I am seeing that you're afraid of going back to school or taking on this new journey because you don't feel like you have the time. And I'm also feeling like you don't want to lose your, well, you don't want to be isolated. You're also looking for a money solution. I am seeing travel for you, J9. Not exactly a list. I'm just popping around. Will T respond to me? Diane wants to know. Let's look at T. I bet you I'm going to see the Four of Swords. David, Norman Jean, I'm seeing that you might feel like you want to walk away, but I am seeing for David that there might be a celebration coming up for you two to explore and experience together. Death card is some big change. I feel like you're walking away from this individual, David. I don't think it has anything to do with them as far as what their next action is. Towards you. I see your action being walking away from this individual. I don't quite exactly know why, but I feel like whatever apology was coming your way, you're kind of sick of. Hi, Vicky. What's happening? Oh, Miss Me from Holland. Oh, welcome. So AP, do you see anything surrounding an international move for me next year? Let's take a look and see AP. So an international move would be the Seven of Swords along with the Chariot card. I am going to say yes because the Chariot card was just popping up out of the deck while I was shuffling. So this is AP surrounding an international move. Let's take a look. International move. I feel like you already instinctively know that you're moving internationally, but don't be, you have to look online. I'm seeing that you're going to get an email from someone overseas as it is. I am seeing the Tower card for you. It's definitely time for you to move out of where you're at. Things are falling apart and you feel kind of up in arms with it. And I see you really struggling with decision making at this time, but you already do feel as if you're moving. Look into military contracts. I'm seeing military contract of some sort or some kind of government contract for you. Be careful with that question. So Miss Me is saying the most horoscope readers are telling me with my Leo ex-husband. My question is, are we meant to be forever? Be careful with that, Miss Me. With my vision, with my soulmate, I'm in the middle of moving and I might go across the country and everybody keeps asking me, well, you're leaving him behind. And I'm like, bro, you have no idea what it feels like to know your soulmate. It doesn't matter where I go in this lifetime. I'll see him in the next one. And what's true is I don't even feel any distance with the idea of moving or any grief. So be very careful with when you say forever, because just because forever doesn't mean right now. And a lot of times, you know, spirit doesn't have the same timeline we do. Okay. So, but I will take a look for you. So are we meant to be together? Let's take a look and see. Most horoscope were telling me that I will reunite with my ex. Just, if I haven't answered your questions, just answer them again in the thing. I haven't even looked back up. So if I didn't get to you, just repost it right now. Like nagging like that, but it is what it is. So, and that's why I don't go in order, because it's irritating trying to hunt them down. So Miss Me, I do feel like you two are fighting with one another. I do feel like there isn't any honesty with you and that individual. And I do feel like you are defensive when they do come to you and that they can be attacking at times. I don't see anything about this that's beautiful at the moment. And it may just mean that you guys need some space and time away from each other in order to grow so you can be better for each other in the long run. Because right now I see fighting, defensiveness, sneaky behavior. You know, it's all kind of a mess. And I don't know if it was divorce that you went through, but I'm seeing that there was a lot of trouble between the two of you. But I also see this individual, you guys both have a Knight of Wands and a Queen of Wands, so you're well matched. It just needs time. Um, and I do see that it's over. I see the Death card. I see the Devil card. Somebody has some addictions and lies and don't pay attention to one another or are kind. There's a lot of evidence stacked against you. You are a match set, but I'm not seeing the Fate card, which tells me that you're designed to be together, or typically like how that shows up. But I am seeing a match set, but you guys really got a lot to go through before you can redesign seeing that. You do have the Wheel of Fortune, so that may be why they're telling you that you guys are meant to be together. The Wheel of Fortune means someone that's like a twin flame or something, okay? So yeah, I do feel like you guys are going to cycle back around. Whatever they're telling you, I don't know, but I can only tell you that I see you guys cycling back around to one another. But there are some growing pains there, faux show. Lightning Streak, what is your Lightning Spark? What's your question? Vicky, I did a reading for you already, I think. Okay, so Lightning Spark, what are Evelyn's intentions toward me? Let's take a look and see. 10 more minutes and then I'm going to be gone, guys. So I'm going to pick a couple more. So thanks for hanging out with me. If you want a one-on-one with me, karmaondeck.com. You can also find me on My Psychic One. I think that's significantly more expensive. So if you want to get a reading, I would suggest that. There's no space for doing second questions, guys, though. So this is for Lightning Spark. Be cautious with this, Evelyn girl. I do feel like you have a lot of resources, or that they might be a little bit selfish. So start paying attention to whether this individual is equal measure, because I do feel like they can be a taker, kind of like taking on too much energy, or like really expecting a lot from you. So be careful. Just seeing that there is some evidence that this individual might be a taker. Thanks, Norma Jean. Where was I after that? I don't even know. How much is me versus her? Piper wants to know. How much of my situation is her? Like, is her darkness or my health the issue? How much is me versus her? So, Piper, I am going to pull on this other individual for you. Well, there's definitely love present and regret. Piper. There's a lot of love there between this situation. I am seeing, though, that this individual may not be everything they say they are. I'm seeing that there's miscommunication, some sneaky behavior, and some regret, and they have a tendency to play the victim. I would use caution with the 10 of Cups, because that's someone who's very concerned about their image. So if they're concerned about their image, they're not really true to caring about what really is authentic. I do see 4 of Cups. You want things to go back the way they used to be. And you're starting to see how things are lining up now. And you're seeing where the future is leading. You're not sure you want to take this on and continue. I do see this individual might be picking fights with you, and the 7 of Swords is them being stubborn, and 7 of Swords is sneaky. So I would watch for that. All right, I'm going to go down to the bottom here and play. You're the best person that's ever pulled cards for me. You're welcome. You're welcome, J9. Currently on Lightning Spark. Where am I? So Natalie. I'll see, and this is why I don't fucking do this. All right, so Natalie, go ahead and ask a question. What are intentions? Let's see. I think we're doing good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I already have another boyfriend, but yeah, you're right. Will everything turn out okay? Natalie, define okay, because what's true is, I mean, upright and above ground to some people is okay after they've gone through cancer or a car wreck. Like, what will turn out okay? So let's take a look and see. And we'll see if this is just a tower moment or if things are about to come more shit show for you or not. Let's take a look and see. So this is for Natalie Litkid. Litkid. Are you having fun? Carmen wants to know, will we rekindle? It could be a little of both. All right, so Natalie Litkid, everything turn out okay? You have the 10 of Cups, which is Disneyland card. There's two aspects to this card. This means that you're waiting for the other shoe to drop because you feel like things are too perfect and too good to be true, or it just means that things are going to be great. But let's take a look and see a little further. I am seeing a little drama coming your way, and this is your emotional unrest and anxiety. I'm seeing that you're making a big to-do about some things and that you're a little overwhelmed, and that's okay. There's times where things can be, and that you get in like analysis paralysis or overload in data, and that things are coming to you left and right. Look at these cards though. So there is attitude going on with a lot of this, but you have the Nine of Pentacles, which are things going great, with Knight of Wands, which is an apology. We have the Hermit card, which is sound, significant evidence that things are going to shift and change. But we do have the 10 of Cups, which is Disneyland, so you can trust it. I do see drama though, so don't make it bigger than it has to be, because I feel like you've been in a panic and the hits keep coming. So and I also feel like there's another individual that's giving you drama and attitude to the point where you're expecting that constantly. Carmen wants to know, will my ex and I rekindle our relationship in the near future? Let's take a look and see for Carmen Gulata. This is for Carmen. I do feel like this individual loves the shit out of you though. King of Cups is showing up. Ugh. So I do pick up that this individual plays the victim quite a bit, and then it's a little hard for you, and they go quiet when they don't like something. I feel like they've been quiet for a while. Watch out for this person telling you stories and lies, or that those their past. I don't know. I do see that you've come out of this on top, but there can be a little drama with this individual, so be careful. Tread softly. Don't reunite with anybody during Mercury retrograde, unless you're like me, where Mercury retrograde's in your chart in the first house. And it tends to be your power time. But on that note, astrology is the shit. So if you want your astrological chart, suggest you call me for that too, because that's going to be super fun with the little program we have coming up. Me and Vanessa will be playing with astrology and how you can learn some of this new stuff. We're figuring out how to unpack astrology easily. Miss Me, did I get you? Sarah wants to know, my aunt died and left her state in a mess. Is it going to work out in my favor? Let's take a look for you and see. Thanks, Norma Jean. Did I get her? Am I caught up? This is for Sarah. So the first thing that you have is Six of Coins. I don't think all these decisions have come down yet, and that you're waiting for some information, because we have the mushrooms here and you're kind of above it. And there's the little scales for Libra telling us that it hasn't quite yet been decided. I do see a puzzle. There might be some money coming out of pocket for everybody in the meantime while we wait for this to come down. Nine of Coins is decision. Seven of Swords is things getting easier. So yes, it is starting to play a little bit better. Watch your attitude though. I'm feeling like people are pushing your buttons left and right, and I feel like you're snappy. That's not always bad though. Okay. decision making, Fool card, which is opportunity, and Ace of Coins. So your answer is yes. I'm starving. On that note, guys, I am going to say much love, and I will see you guys next time. If you want a one-on-one with me, karmaondeck.com. I will have some time this evening. Right now, I am going to go eat some lunch and enjoy beautiful weather, and then come back to you guys. If you want to reach out, karmaondeck.com. Let me know. Like, subscribe, share. I will see you guys tomorrow because I'm going to be finishing up some of these videos. But I appreciate all your love and support. Sorry about the rants earlier, but sometimes it's necessary. Have a good night, guys.